Let's
Um,
not worry.
what should my dumb joke be?
We got sued.
I thought about twerking, but I've thought better of it now. Rein, I'm suing you.
We got sued. We got sued for twerking on this episode.
Sued for
of
twerking,
Bomb
not
Squad
clickbait.
Vidcast.
She-Hulk! Welcome back to the Bomb Squad Talk She-Hulk, where we're talking about episodes 2 and 3 of She-Hulk. A show, Rein said, Tanner, I hate you for making me edit this, and I'm coming to your home. And I said, no.
I only said that at first. I hate it less now by this point.
Okay, that's good. Let's just get right into episode 2, Superhuman Law. Honestly, I feel like this show would have been better served, as weird as it sounds, the first 2 episodes are just all one episode, because it all feels like setup.
I agree. I guess here I have very little to say about this episode, so you want me to just get my notes out?
Get out of the way, man.
My general thoughts. All right. The I accept joke, the bit where like she's like, oh, the guy's like, oh, I'll hire you. I'll let you give you time to think about it. She's like, no, I'll take it.
Take some time.
I accept.
I relate to that deeply. That was very funny. I think that might have been the only time I laughed this episode. The fourth wall stuff, still not funny. And I like the way they took Abomination's character. Like, it's a good direction. Like, it's better than, like, he's still a bad guy, he's still sour or whatever.
It's a much more interesting way to take his character.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be really annoyed if it's like, oh no, he actually is a villain. I don't see that happening, but it's nice that he's just a chill guy.
Well,
and he did kind of get screwed over.
The rumor is that he's going to be in the Thunderbolts lineup, so we'll see. The Thunderbolts in the movies could be very different than they are in the comics, though, so.
Yeah.
I mostly agree with you. It seems to me that episode 1 was kind of setting up the Hulk stuff, and episode 2 was setting up the Law stuff.
That's really accurate.
What it felt like to me, which is why I think it would have been benefited from, one, combining the two and maybe cross-cutting between the two a little bit. It probably would have helped, made it not feel stale. I'm not saying it does feel stale, I'm just saying it would have made for a more interesting piece of television. Number one. And number 2, my biggest takeaway from this show, or from this episode rather, is the whole Hulk's appearance in the episode is Jennifer calls him, and then he's like, yeah, I got shit to do. And then he's in a fucking spaceship blasting away, which makes the rumors that Marvel's developing a World War Hulk movie more believable now. You know, it would be great if they made Hulk's character cool again. I didn't say anything. I hate saying that because I feel like I'm agreeing with the rightoids, but damn it, sometimes they're right. I think the Law stuff, it fits for a sitcom premise more than anything I saw in episode 1. I did kind of thought the whole idea of the case had to be thrown out of court because you saved the jury's life is the perfect, yeah, this is the bureaucratic bullshit I crave. But it was totally fair, mind you. Imagine being that criminal and just getting fucked like that. God, there's just not a lot to say about this one. It's set up.
Yeah.
It's set up.
Yeah, it's set up without as much flash or, I don't know. Episode 3.
Episode 3, which was The People versus Emil Blonsky. Now, this episode, I, really enjoyed. I'm not here to say it's, a great piece of television, yada, yada, yada. But for the most part, I'm like, yeah, okay, now that the show can finally just sit in its sitcom format instead of setting it up, this is fun. It's light work, and I appreciate that. Granted, a lot of MCU stuff is light work, but
I feel very conflicted because I always talk about how I prefer when the Marvel shows just stick to being the genre show it's trying to be, or movie, instead of just feeling like it has to be a superhero thing. And then here comes a show that is doing that, but I'm still just feel empty inside towards it. I thought maybe there'd be a complex reason, but I think it's honestly I just don't think it's funny. The only thing that made me laugh this episode was the bit where Wong teleports away. She-Hulk puts the lamp back up. That was funny. Otherwise, like all the whole B plot, I felt nothing. Like my dislike of this series, it's more the absence of good things than it is the presence of bad things. That's how I would describe it. Granted, that's how I would describe a lot of weak Marvel stuff. Most of the jokes I didn't like didn't make me cringe. They just made me feel empty. Back to you, Tanner.
For me, Rein, this might shock you to hear me say this. I didn't laugh at most of the jokes either. Because when I watch a sitcom, I don't really laugh at them. I more just like seeing goofy hijinks that I don't have to try. Okay? I don't have to try. I know other Marvel shows is light work too, but I still feel like when I'm watching Moon Knight, I feel like I have to, like, try. When I watch She-Hulk, I don't have to try. Does that make sense?
No, I know what you mean. Because that's my enjoyment. Like, most of the Marvel films, like, I don't... Like, that's how I appreciate a lot of the Marvel movies, but, like, I guess it's a sitcom. I can't enjoy a sitcom if I don't laugh at it. If I'm not laughing with it. If I don't think it's funny, I can't enjoy it.
I don't know.
Because it's a sitcom.
I've watched many sitcoms that I don't laugh at, but I still enjoy. I haven't... Hold on. You're just gonna zoom in on me while the Jeopardy theme plays. Hold on. I can explain. I don't think I actually laughed at Parks and Recs all that much when I watched it. But it was lighthearted and sweet. It was sweet. And this show is... It's cute, okay? I sound condescending when I say it that way, but...
No, I know what you mean. I feel like there's a parallel universe to me that's almost like me, but just different enough where I would appreciate on that level too. Like, that's how I appreciate a lot of Ms. Marvel. And also Hawkeye, to a degree. Actually, to a large degree. But for whatever reason, I guess... I don't know, I think She-Hulk, her actress, she has a good deal of charisma. It's just, and I like her character, but I feel very indifferent to everything else that isn't her. That's I think that's probably the thing that's stopping me from feeling the same way you do.
Fair enough. I love Tatiana Maslany in the lead role. She's fantastic. I'm not going to say Marvel found her. She was the star of Orphan Black, for God's sake. That was a very successful TV show. But, and Rein's like,
well, how come I never heard of it?
Black? There we go. I just saw it in your face. Like, the second I said Orphan Black, very successful TV show, I could see your eyes going, what? I don't know. For me, and that's how I enjoy sitcoms. That's not to say there aren't things in this thing I didn't find funny. For example, and clearly you didn't find this funny, but when that fourth wall break happened where She-Hulk, Jennifer turned to the camera and said, "This is where the A plot and B plot converge." I was like, ah ha ha. No, Rein, I can explain. It's because when my dad kept being like, "Oh, so I think what's gonna happen is that the Night Elf it's gonna turn out that's Blonsky," and I just told him, "Dad, sitcoms have A plots and B plots. Aren't you a Seinfeld fan?" And then when Jennifer Walters said that, I think that's when my dad finally realized, oh, sitcom. I need to turn my brain into sitcom mode. It had extra help.
Yeah, so a lot of people who don't like this show, it's because, a lot of them are just saying this because they don't like woman-in thing. But also, I think it's, maybe because a lot of people just aren't, they're coming in expecting Moon Knight or,
Friends. They should expect Friends.
The thing, I was thinking about this, the reason unless the fourth wall joke is really good, I tend to hate fourth wall jokes, is because they just remind me of, like, when I thought I was being clever in high school and middle school, because on, like, 2 separate occasions, I wrote papers about writing a paper, like, where it was, like, the topic of the paper essay was me writing that essay.
For me personally, I really like the B plot in general, mostly because I like seeing legal drama, or just legal anything. I like courtroom scenes. My Cousin Vinny is the greatest movie ever made for this reason. Alright? I just like courtroom scenes. And I like knowing how they work. Which, number one, I'm going to go a little on a tangent here. Sorry, that's a random tangent. You'll probably cut that out. It's just something that I literally paused and talked to my dad for 15 minutes about it when we were watching this.
We're dancing around the elephant in the room.
It's an after credits scene. Who gives a shit? That's my answer. Is it cringe? Maybe. I kind of giggled at it.
I feel like a good way to wrap this.
No, because we haven't talked about the abomination in episode 3 at all.
Oh, I really forgot.
The main part of the episode. The episode title is called The People versus Emil Blonsky.
Everything I had to say about Abomination in episode 2, just carry that over.
I lost my shit when in the witness room behind the glass that it was just 7 women in flower child outfits. It's a purely visual gag, but I just lost my shit at it. It's fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Maybe you don't find it funny, but damn it, I did. I thought it was funny that through the prisoner pen pal program, I just thought was a good bit. I like the direction they went with his character in general, too. I agree. I think making him a mellowed out hippie that turns into a gigantic monster is just fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. The part of this episode I really didn't like was the wrecking crew showing up. Whenever this show tries to be superhero, it doesn't work. Like, the action was weak, and I'm excited to see them in the show at all. But I thought it was... The Wrecking Crew has done a lot of cool shit in the comics. I wanted them to do more.
I only know them from Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Remember them in that game? They're very different.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely... I haven't played Ultimate Alliance 1 since, like, middle school.
Fix that. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, they ruined my character thing. Mm-hmm. I was just like, you could have done better.
Yeah.
Overall, though, I really did like episode 3. I know you weren't a fan, but I liked episode 3 aside from that moment near the end. And I'm just looking forward to these weekly hijinks and Daredevil! I'm excited for him, too. So, you didn't watch the Marvel Netflix shows.
No, I haven't.
Or was that someone else I was talking to?
No, it's probably
me. Watch Daredevil, for fuck's sake.
I'm bad with TV shows.
Be better. I'm coming over and we're watching Daredevil. I'm going to start walking right after the recording. I'll be there in 3 days. That's generous. It takes 2 days to drive there. I'll be there in 3 weeks.
Yeah. You'll be like 80 pounds by the time you get here.
Hey, Rein! I'm dying! I just immediately walk into your apartment, collapse, and just fucking die. I'm like about to press play on Daredevil and I fucking die, and because you have to deal with my corpse, you're like, oh, I'll get around to watching Daredevil later. And then you just never fucking watch it because now it's a traumatic experience for you. My death is in vain.
Alright.
You know whose death isn't in vain, though?
I never know if I should respond to these or if I should wait for you to...
You! The person watching this video, thank you for watching Volume 2 on the Bomb Squad Talk She-Hulk. We really appreciate it. Go down, leave a comment below. What do you think of She-Hulk? What do you think of Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk? Jennifer Walters, are you excited to see maybe World War Hulk? Are you excited for Daredevil? And finally, if you were a Asgardian elf that could shapeshift, what celebrity would you impersonate? Me, I already know who. I'm going to impersonate Leonardo DiCaprio, and then I'm just going to start going out with 30-year-old women and just ruin him. Just break him psychologically. Comment below and let me know. And while you're down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Thank you also very much for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Slid my ticket across the table and I said, sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl.